Welcome to my Scrabble YouTube channel. This is Adam Henderson, and I just got back from New Orleans, and I would like to start analyzing these games right away while they're fresh in my memory. One thing I will say is that I didn't win any prize money, and um, I had actually intended this to be the last tournament I spent a lot of money flying out and staying at a hotel too. So after this, after these series of 20 games, I'll still continue to analyze more games on this channel, but there will be from one-day tournaments that I go to, and I may throw in some maybe Woogles games or just random games I've played in the past that I can find just to keep the channel going. But I think many of my viewers will sympathize with me. Things are looking a little bit more precarious as far as the U.S. economy is going, and so it is what it is. Give me a moment here. Some of you may be wondering, like, how much does it cost to go to New Orleans? For me, actually, the flight was pretty cheap, but in order to, I think it was like, I can't remember how much it was, but I want to say it was between $300 and $400 for the flight for me and my husband, both. And then, so if it was just one person, it would be like half that. And then, the hotel was like $820. It was a really nice hotel. The Drury Hotel is I've been to a number of these multi-day tournaments and flying out to some of these. This is one of the better ones. It was a really nice room, quiet, which is the most important thing for me because of my sensitivity to noise and my autism. Give me one more moment. If you come from the chess community, I know like a lot of those tournaments are invitationals, and so I just want to kind of clarify who gets to go to these like prestigious events, because this Crescent City Cup, or NOLA is NOLA, which stands for New Orleans, Louisiana. This has become one of the most prestigious Scrabble tournaments in the year, in my opinion. I've made it out to it twice. It's a WePo tournament. I don't particularly favor one organization over the other, with probably a caveat that I am on the NASPA dictionary committee, so I might slightly favor NASPA because of that, but it's only slightly. And also, NASPA still has the more stronger fields at their nationals. So until that changes, I feel like NASPA has kind of the upper hand on which organization is the most legit as far as nationals. Also, from my understanding, that most of the dictionary updates come from the NASPA dictionary committee, which I'm part of, and it seems like each time WePo just updates it. They probably have their own dictionary committee now, but because there is a split off now between whenever the dictionary gets an update, but it seems like NASPA is still setting the standard, and then WePo follows their lead. I don't have a lot of general thoughts. One thing I was trying to get to that I actually never actually got to was that with chess, I think there's invitationals. A lot of it, you know, I'm not sure how much they actually pay for room and board there, but uh, in Scrabble, if there's a tournament that you want to go to, you just sign up for it and you're automatically, there's no requirement other than your rating, I guess, as far as. Um, but in this particular tournament, it's called an open, so that means theoretically anyone could play in the open division, including very low rated players. But in in reality, most low rated players don't play in the open division. My rating going into this tournament was this is my first opponent. It was Mike Barron. I think my rating was, well, actually, let's just find out. Okay, so it looks like they finally updated the rating, because last time I checked this wasn't 1658. Um, but I lost 11 rating points at this tournament. I know, I'm that is a bit of a spoiler, but it's okay. Sorry if that spoils it for you, but yeah, I did lose some rating points. So, but I do want to set expectations that I didn't just come to this tournament and just blast everyone out of the water. So yeah, I think I came in 1669. And so, yep, I lost just a few rating points. 11 rating points isn't a huge deal. Let's get to the games. There are some general tips that I'll give to people over the course of these 20 YouTube videos that I'm going to be making. And whenever I get to a particular thing that happened in the game, I'll kind of highlight. I'll take a pause from the game and probably go into a little bit of a rant about a theme, or kind of like a general tip as far as how to handle multi-day tournaments in general, or just obscure things that most people don't even think about when it comes to playing high pressure tournaments. So I hope that will add value to these set of 20 videos. Give me a moment again. I do think that the amount of money I spent, so it was mostly the hotel and the flight, so that came out to maybe $11.50, and then the entry fee was $150. So altogether about $1,300, not including meals or lift rides. Also, as far as the lifts rides, we had to get I guess 4 different lifts, because there's one to the airport locally in Seattle, and then locally in Seattle again once we came back, and then 2 lift rides to and from the hotel in New Orleans. However, one of those rides, we did save a little bit of money, because the ride back, you can usually find people to split, and there was even a sign-up forum for people that wanted to do some ride shares. So everyone kind of saved money on that one of those lift rides at least. And the lift rides were about $40 each. So there is a little bit of a factor of anxiety, not so much because it's a big tournament, but because you've spent so much money on it. And if you're like me and $1,300 is a big chunk of money to you, you have some incentive that you want to do as well as you can. If you have any comments about any things I said in the opening remarks, feel free to comment below. The only thing I ask in the course of these 20 videos is what I always ask is don't be mean-spirited. The people that you'll find at these tournaments are very friendly, and I would say they're generally good people, but they're also not like saints either. So I assume Mike positioned it at G8. He plays few. And this is the one game of the tournament that I forgot to take a picture of. Probably because I was so nervous. I did find an ordinate here. I was happy to find the best play there rather than just jumping on the first bingo I saw. But it's the first game of the tournament, so I was ready. You'll see that the quality of my games probably diminishes over the course of this tournament. When you play so many strong players, there is a fatigue factor, I believe. At least for me, seems like some of these stronger players, the fatigue factor is less. So I'm not sure what Mike had, but he exchanges 6 tiles. And I had another good rack. So I think at this point I was feeling like the odds were in my favor to win this game. So there's no good tiles, but there's no bingo. I did probably look for maybe a minute or two for a bingo. I settled on wave. And this is basically just shaping the board in a way that I enjoy. Wave creates an S hook for my S, and I very much enjoy playing on open boards compared to closed boards. To me, that just makes the game more enjoyable. He plays 3 somewhere for 38. Oh, okay. And I wrote my rack as field tests because I saw I had fealties, but as it turns out, I had reflates, and I played that as soon as I found it. So now I'm up like a good amount, and the game's pretty much over at this point. He plays usual. So he just exchanged like not too long ago, and now he's drawn 2 U's. So the game is pretty much already over. So I'm going to get through the rest of this fairly quickly. And then as it happened, I had another bingo, except I think this might be phony. I think oxidic is good, but not oxide. No. Is it oxidic? Oxidic. So I figured... Yeah, I got mixed up. So oxidic is a substance that promotes oxesis. So oxites is not a word. Let me pull up my anagrammer. You'll find that I played a lot of phonies in this tournament, but I've come to the conclusion that playing phonies as often as I do in this tournament is not necessarily a bad thing, because like 50% of the time I just get away with what I'm playing. I did happen to have a much better bingo of U taxis here, so in this situation it was not good to play oxites. But I played it confidently, and he did not challenge. And instead he misspells Germain. And I challenged that off because I kind of knew the correct spelling of that. I actually did not realize that he had a place to play the correct spelling of Germain when he played this. But I felt like with this rack that I had, there wasn't much I could do in terms of blocking anyway. So I have Jack here, and I just totally whiffed on being able to play Jack. I played Dojo instead. Where does Dojo even play? Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out where Dojo plays. Oh, okay. I wrote down my rack wrong. Never mind. I didn't have a C. That is a second O. So, okay. Now, yeah, Dodo is probably a pretty good play. That wasn't on my radar. So, yeah, I did play this. And then he finally plays Jermaine. Ripping the board wide open, which is good for him being at as much of a deficit as he was. I'm not sure if it was the I that I had or the A. It must not have been the A because I would have played Cade. But even with the I would have had a much better play than. So I'm a little confused here. Did I really just play caddy here and missed? That can't be right. So this is why I wish I had a photo of the game, because this is a really weird play. I don't understand. What? Because either way I made a huge mistake, whether I had the I or the A. I'm guessing I played caddy here and just missed the spot for 48, so that's a 20-point miss. It's pretty bad. He plays Na somewhere for 33. Carl Johnson was sitting by me at the time that I played this, and I did find this kind of amazing play here of of brickbat for 84, and then that draws a challenge. So yeah, that was a low probability play. I do study a lot of low probability words, probably to my detriment, because I often whiff on the higher probability stuff. But in this case, it allowed me to make a nice and kind of a flashing play. Excuse me. So yeah, I did not see this play of Acorn. I'm pretty sure I've seen this word before though, but that is, I think Acorn is one of the brand new ones, so I'll have the plus sign or the @ symbol. Yeah, so I missed playing Acorn. That would have been a great find. I wouldn't have played it there. What did I do? I played Cog for 18. Let's see if I can find it. It's not on here. Where does Cog play for 18? Alright, let me pause while I find where this might have played. So I set my rack to just cog and it found it. Okay. So it was right there. Here he plays opalines, and I held it for like a moment, and I'm like, okay, you can have it, because I just, at this point, I was having such a good game, I didn't want to lose any spread by making a stupid, I think opalines was through the eye. Yeah, so hold on. I screwed this up. Alright, so then the score is 408 to 243, so I'm in good shape. This is how you want to start a tournament right here. There's no bingos through the E. And just out of curiosity, is Herman's? No, there's Min here. That didn't play. Okay. So I just played he for 28. He plays OE somewhere for 9. Played Zingara, just trying to get the game over with. Wanted to move on with the tournament. I didn't want to really spend too much effort thinking about the rest of this game. He plays Yin for 12. Played Jim for 22. Here he plays Entresol, which is a nice find on his part. Oops. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I figured out what happened. I just since I don't have the photo, I assumed that Yin was played with an N when it was actually played with a YI, which was a bad assumption on my part. And yeah, I didn't play pivoted. That would have been pretty cool. I also didn't play Audic. That would have been even better. I think I was low on time, so that was probably why I didn't see. Because I'm perfectly capable of finding pivoted or Audic, but I think I was low on time, so I was just trying to get the game over. And I just went with Viper somewhere. And he plays Tui. And the final score was, I had 514 to his 355. So that's this game. Not really too much to say about this one. I got really lucky. And we're at 24 minutes, so that'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please like the video and leave a comment if you have a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.